Good morning, everybody. How you doing? And welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm glad you could jump up on my wood. It's going to be a hard, throbbing, pulsating end with a special happy ending, I guess. I hope. Anyways, that's the dick jokes. Hope everybody's doing well today. A couple of announcements. Tomorrow is Friday, so I don't know who the fuck's going to be on. It's just Fan Friday shit. So make sure you watch that. Also, questions at the end of the show. If you ask them, we'll answer them. If we don't think they're completely autistic, we'll answer the questions. Also, you can tip through the show, and I will read your messages at the end of the show. Also, consider becoming a patron, or we're getting closer. We're at $600, $400 away. We'll reach that $1,000 a month mark, and then we'll do the 24-hour show. So that's going to be fun. So keep on becoming patrons and all that good shit. So now let me introduce the guests. Today we're joined by one of my most requested guests, of course, Miss Lovely Kyrsh. How you doing, baby?
What's up?
What's up? And we're also joined by Anahatahearts. I always fuck her name up, but I love her.
Got it that time.
I did get it, didn't I? And of course, we're joined by another lovely lady, Benjamin, from the Drunken Peasants and Tap and all that good shit. One of the hardest working man on DP besides myself. And and we bust our ass on here. But how you doing, buddy?
I think it's too early for me to have morning wood at this point, because morning wood usually happens, maybe around 9 a.m. I would say.
Yeah, it's early
there for you.
It's 8 a.m.
Oh. Yeah, he's on Pacific time, so I'm glad. He's not used to getting up doing stuff this early, but he finally agreed to do it with me. One of these days, I'm gonna get that big fucker Billy to do it. I doubt it.
Oh yeah, Billy wakes up when he wants to. I've never seen Billy aside from when we went to VidCon and we were sharing a room. I had never seen Billy before noon ever. So.
Speaking of VidCon, three of us in here was she was Anna was there, but I didn't get to meet her at VidCon. But the first night of VidCon, me, Ben, Kyrsh, Barbara, and Billy, we fucking partied our asses off at a little dive bar. It was an excellent dive bar too. I love that fucking place.
Yeah.
And you talking about drunk? Oh good God, Ben got on a happy drunk. Like, I love you, man.
That's how I always am.
Yeah. And Kyrsh got on a violent fighting drunk. She fought everybody in the bar.
That is not true. Slander, lies.
The other day when we were talking, she was on the show Monday too, and we were talking about when I threw the dude out the bar. She said when I handed Billy my hat, she said, "Oh shit." I was here. Instead of hold my beer, hold my hat. But he was being a dick. He was fucking with people. He deserved to be thrown out. But yeah, it was a good time. Are you guys planning on going next year? All of y'all?
Probably.
Probably.
I'm going to go. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to get the ticket the day it opens. That way you get it really cheap.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go just creator. I mean, not creator, but community, because hell, I didn't even hardly go in the building this time.
That's what I did this year. Community.
Yeah. See, I waited until the last moment to get an actual pass to VidCon. I think I was just in denial that I was actually going to give money to VidCon, and then and I did hardly go into the building, which is weird. I spent a lot of time outside of the building, the places where you still needed a badge to get in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably spent a total of 30 minutes to an hour in that building. Total.
Yeah, I know. Me too. That's why next year I think I'm just gonna go as community to where I can get into the area, but don't fucking worry about the building.
I only went to one panel, and that was Boogie's panel, and I only went there because I went there with Billy.
I love how she says boogie. But yeah, I went up there and I was walking to this panel. I looked around. I said, "Wait a minute, something's not right." It was all women, and it was like a feminist panel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I must leave now before they eat me. And I'm a big male, so
I gotta say, I was like passed out.
The only panel I went to was Boogie's panel too, and yeah, it was him and I think 3 women that I didn't even know who they were, and
like a game panel.
I remember some of them, and I've seen some of them before, but now I don't even remember who it was.
Yeah, I think it was focused on live streaming. I think that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't get nothing out of the panels. I mean, I would go to support Boogie because he's a nice guy, but yeah, I just don't. I mean, most of it is for like really new YouTubers. Like they don't. I mean, because we know most of the shit. Like the shit they talk about, most of us who's been doing it for a couple of years know about it. And it's always the same shit. You can do it too, but they don't explain how fucking hard it is to really do it. I mean,
and even if they explain it, it's you. If you don't do it yourself, you will never really know.
Exactly. But man, I had a great time at VidCon. Actually, that last party of the night, I left early, and that's turned out there was like a hell of a party, but I ended up leaving early, so I missed the good stuff.
I think we ended up showing up later on. Everybody was already there and pretty fucking trash by the time everybody at my house showed up, so.
Yeah, well, I left. I only stayed there like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I was with. I had my friend Landon, and so we left. But yeah, it was a good time though. Really good time. Loved it, and I plan on going back next year. I'm also going to Australia next year, so I got to work those trips around each other. Yeah.
My favorite part of VidCon was how people ended up either falling in the fountain or getting squirted by the fountain. Like people. There was probably like 50 people sitting on that fountain while it was turned off. And then without any warning, it just suddenly came on and a ton of people got drenched.
Oh, that was the time I felt sorry for is when the dude had like this, what was the Red One cameras or whatever?
Yeah.
It was like a really expensive, and he fucking fell backwards and the camera went into the water. And he instantly grabbed it and started running. And then there was people laughing. And me and Bunty was like, why are y'all laughing at this? This is not funny.
I probably would have laughed too.
Well, you're an asshole. But
I might have laughed too.
But I wasn't laughing because that was a lot of money. I don't even think it's his. I think he was working for like somebody, like filming for VidCon or something. But dude, it was bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of giggled, but no.
I would say if you're going to do that kind of stuff professionally, you should probably have insurance on your equipment.
Oh, I imagine they did.
Yeah.
And don't walk like that close to water unless you got a waterproof camera.
Right.
I mean, it just makes sense to me. But yeah, it was a good time, though. I guess my favorite part was farting in the air conditioner and punishing Billy for talking shit. That was I'll never forget that. He was sitting there just talking his shit like Billy does. And I just looked at him and said, okay, Billy, farted in the air conditioner and walked out. And all I heard was, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, though.
The only time I saw Billy the entire weekend was like the first party over at Jeff's place. I'm standing in there and all of a sudden Billy walks in and lays down in the middle of the floor with like a package of pork cracklings and just starts eating them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Another part
I would like to do that right now.
Yeah. Another part I thought was fun is when that Jack Films guy showed up and I didn't know who the fuck he was. I'll be honest, I had no clue. And I was like, Billy, who is that? He said, it's Jack's Film. Act like you know who he is. And I was like, okay. Hey, Jack. Love your content, man. I had no fucking clue who he was. But apparently he's a big deal. So.
Kind of.
He's got like a million subs or something like that.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I've checked his shit out since I got back from VidCon. But yeah, dude, he's pretty huge. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was I read this earlier. If it pulls up here, it's not okay. There we go. Tanzania's president tells women to stop using birth control.
What?
Oh, because they need more people, right?
Yeah, this is what he says. Those going for family planning are lazy. They are afraid they will not be able to feed their children. They do not want to work. Hard to feed a large family. Tanzania's president tells women in the country to stop using birth control.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm pissed off. What the fuck? Wanting more people is one thing. Telling people they're lazy because they use birth control, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What about all the women who use birth control for medical purposes, not just to prevent getting pregnant?
Well, even
those
the poor
don't
people
exist. Those don't exist. They're all just sluts, and they want the government to pay for them to be sluts.
Exactly. But even like he's saying the people that can't afford family, well, that shows responsibility. They don't want to add another mouth to feed if they don't have the fucking money to feed. So it's just, it's kind of fucked up.
No, that's lazy. Work harder.
I mean, he didn't pass. It's not a law, I don't guess, but he seems to be wanting to go in that direction, probably.
Where the fuck is this country? Tanzania.
Africa.
Yeah, it's in Africa. It's where
we don't need more black people, anyways.
Oh! See, I knew she was a fucking Nazi.
Confirmed. I am so German, such a Nazi.
So German, but yeah, that is kind of fucked up. Just to say, hey, stop using birth control.
It is super fucked up.
We need babies.
But I'm just so pissed about the thing that they're calling them lazy to use birth control.
Yeah, because it's not lazy to fuck, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of
work.
work. It requires work, especially if you're fat.
Yeah.
Like myself. Well, there ain't a lot of fat people in Africa, though.
No,
not a lot of fat folks. But like Kyrsh said, we don't need any more black people.
Punch a Nazi, but not Kyrsh. I like that hashtag. I am not a Nazi. I would just like to put that out there, just if there's anybody new to this show.
Yeah, she's not a Nazi. She just hates black people.
Someone's going to report this to YouTube and be like, this is a Nazi hangout.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I already got banned on my other channel for hate speech. Why not?
I just got you banned again. I apologize.
I mean, the video that I got banned for, it was edgy, of course. It was a skit piece. It was like a little bit that I wrote out. It was like a flaming gay dude who was looking for an exercise program, and he found Nazi sizing. And it also was a video I did 2 fucking years ago. 2 fucking years ago. They're retro banning people, man. It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, y'all get hit, but y'all didn't get banned. Y'all just got this weird. Y'all's thing was so weird.
Well, we got our streaming taken away, but it wasn't a strike. It was because of a 50-second clip that we used on a private stream, a stream that had only had like 1,000 views, and it was over a year old. And because we used a clip of a TV show for 50 seconds, CBS decided to take away our streaming for 90 days.
Wow. Yo, you know what? I just noticed I posted a video on Facebook and it had swear words in it. And they just completely muted the whole video as soon as the first swear word dropped.
Wow.
And I can't change it. I can't even edit it or take that word out. They just
I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they did that.
I didn't know they did that either.
That's the first time I've heard them doing that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard that before.
Man, I don't understand these sites, man. I don't get it. I know they're privately owned. They can do whatever the fuck they want to, but goddamn.
I don't know if you guys, did you notice on Instagram that you have been unfollowed from a lot of people? Because that happened to me. I feel like I got purged or something. I got auto unfollowed by so many people that I used to follow, like high school friends and shit. I just got unfollowed from them.
I'm not really an Instagram user, so if that happened to me, I probably wouldn't even notice it.
Well, I know it happens on YouTube all the time. I know that happens on YouTube constantly. Every time you make a video, you lose subs immediately. It's crazy.
That's happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like every time I upload a video, I'll lose at least 10 to 15, 20 subs, something like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. You're making me yawn.
Yeah.
That shit's contagious.
I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
If we don't do it long enough, it'll start to go back up.
Mhm.
It'll gradually, if I went like a month or more without making any videos, it'll start going up and start getting into the positives again. But then as soon as the video comes out, it dips down again.
It doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand that. Like, and the views thing, they came out and said that what was it? Not clean views, but
Quality views.
Quality views. They only counting quality views now. Which what the fuck is that?
That means unique. It means unique views, I believe, and maybe from specific locations as well.
Well, that's stupid. I
think.
Yeah.
So YouTube used to count every view as a view. So if I watched one of your videos and then close the window, and then later on I watch either the same video or another part of the same video, then that would count as more than one view. And now they try to track it to where it's one view if someone watches it once or even multiple times, that one person counts as one view.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they also try to determine where your IP address is coming from, if it's like a bot generated thing or if it's an actual physical IP address.
Yeah.
Well, have y'all heard about these posters that are being hung all over California about this? It's called You Next, and it's got the picture of the chick who went to YouTube headquarters and shot people on it. It's even like it's got a hashtag and everything now. There's people saying they're not promoting people go shooting people, but I don't know what they're promoting really.
What does it say on the poster?
You Next, and it's got the let me see if I got the thing pulled up here.
That's crazy.
I can't play the video, but I can show you. I'll screen share the image here. It is crazy, and here it is here. Let me see.
Yeah, it's got the crazy lady on it that shot people at YouTube.
Yeah, the chick that shot up the YouTube people, and it's saying where it says "You Next," and so I don't know what message they're going for here. I don't know if they're saying go shoot YouTube, because don't do that. That's fucked up.
Whatever message it is, I don't approve.
I think what they're trying to go for is like it's trying to let YouTube know that what they're doing is really fucking with people's lives. I think that's the goal, but I wouldn't post a picture of her because that's just.
Somebody in the chat just said the whole "your next" thing is not new. So
well, it's not old because it wasn't too long ago when she shot people.
So, maybe they've done "you next" posters before, but just not with her.
Yeah, just not with her. It could be possible. Yeah.
Explain this comment, please. Post Ghost.
I find that on the internet, people think that something that happened a month or two ago is old.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, because everything is like you got to have it now. Everything's so fast, and that's true. That's true.
Everyone's so impatient.
The only thing they won't let go is like fucking if you make a mistake.
Like I go to Mundane Matt's tweets just to read what people write to him, and it's all people with anime profile pics that are like, "I want you to die, Mundane Matt."
They ripping his ass apart.
What is it with the anime profile pics? I don't understand.
Assholes.
Well, a lot of people are really okay here, and I talked about this the other day, and I got an email saying I was an asshole for saying this, but I really don't care. All these dipshits that hide behind these anonymous avatars want to come talk shit about people like me, Ben, Boogie, Billy, people who are actually putting their vulnerability out there by getting on camera and talking about shit like this. They want to act like kung fu keyboard ninja motherfuckers. That ain't badass. That's weak. That's some weak shit right there. Talking shit to somebody that, I can't respond because here's the thing. They can talk shit all day, but if you respond, you're triggered. You're being a pussy.
You mad.
You mad. Yeah, you're mad. I have responded to trolls, and they be like, "Oh, look, we got him. You triggered." I'm like, "Fuck y'all." Yeah,
I just love it when you respond to a troll in the same manner that he's talking to you. How off the charts they go immediately. Or just sit there, it's like calmly type in your computer, same thing back to you, and they go like,
yeah. Well, they always throw it back that like, oh man, why are you freaking out? Why are you getting so mad? It's like, I'm not getting mad. I'm just sitting here responding to you.
Yeah. Which reminds me, it kind of reminds me of a driving incident I had this morning. I had this guy tailgating me. He was super close to me, and I hate that. Don't creep up my bumper. So I went down to 35, I was going 35 straight. And we weren't going anywhere anyways. It was morning traffic. The whole road was full of cars. And he kept creeping up to me, and he was freaking the fuck out behind me in the car while there were cars in front of me and next to me. We were all like going 35, 40. And then he moves over, tries to pass me, so I speed up. And then he moves back behind me, so I slow back down. We did that like 3 times until he finally passed me because I got tired of it. And he had like veins popping out of his forehead, flipping me off, and the car screaming at me through the window. And I just sat there like, hi. And then I sat right next to him at the next red light. And it's the same thing with Twitter trolls. They get so angry about absolutely nothing, and you just sit there like, hi, and they pop a vein. And
yeah, you're supposed to just sit there and take all their shit. But if you ever reply, "Oh my God, you did the worst thing ever," you're the horrible person. I'm like, dude, he sat there and called me a fucking fat piece of shit. I can't say fuck you. What the hell? I mean, it's like, I don't really care about trolls, but now some of them get like ridiculous. Like, I've got a stalker dude. And here's the thing about me. This dude stalked me, made a video outside my hotel, and clearly stalking, and yet his videos are still up. But my video gets taken down because of Kratom and shit like that. It's fucking crazy.
Maybe you should threaten people so your videos can stay up.
Yeah, it's insane. But like when I responded to him, people were like, "You shouldn't feed the troll, pimp." That motherfucker ain't a troll. He's a stalker.
Yeah, that's way off the charts. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, this dude's contacted my mom and shit like that. You're going way over the board. And some people get obsessed with your ass. It's like, I've had people come here every fucking time I stream. I've seen it on DP too, like with Ben and Tap and shit. Like, I hate you, but yet you're here every fucking stream.
That's what they do. They hate follow. Yeah. I can't literally name one person that I follow because I hate them, and I'm following them because when they tweet or post a video or whatever, I want to go there and tell them how much I hate them or thumbs them down. There's literally no one like that.
No, I don't. I mean, no.
People do that. I have people that I know hate followed me.
How sad do you have to be in your life? How unhappy of a person do you have to be to do something like that?
Pretty fucking miserable. I mean, it's just it doesn't make sense. Like when I watch videos, I want to be entertained. And I want to be, it made some shit that made me feel entertained or educated. Why would I go and watch someone that's going to make me miserable and make me? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, every now and then somebody brings somebody to my attention, and I'll watch the video, and I'm like, "This is fucking bullshit," and I might give it a thumbs down, whatever. But this is the last time I interacted with that person or channel. It's just it was brought to my attention. I'll check it out. I might have a reaction to it. I might even have a comment for it if I really feel like I have something to say about it. But that's it. I leave it out there.
But that's different. I mean, that's just going and checking out shit. But you don't follow them to go comment every time and say, "I hate you."
Well,
Reminder, I don't like you. Reminder.
I did follow Nicole Arbor for a while just because she's so entertaining to me.
I follow Trump, but I only followed him when he became the president. And it's just like, oh, he's the president. I don't like him. So I guess that's one person I don't like that I follow on Twitter. But I only do it because he's the president and I want to hear the ridiculous shit that he says. I don't post responses to him or anything like that.
Sometimes I do, but with him, I feel it's getting lost anyway, so it's not really.
It is.
Doesn't really matter that much, anyways. But Trump, I follow because I feel like if he threw a bomb at somebody, he would tweet about it. So I want to know about shit. That's why
I'm glad you brought this up because I actually got a list that I was actually going to read a couple of them this morning of some of Trump's quotes.
Oh, yay.
Like in 1990, he said this in Playboy. I think if this country gets any kinder or gentler, it's literally going to cease to exist.
Okay.
Right.
When was
what
that?
year was that?
That was in 1990. So he's been saying stupid shit for a long time.
In 2012, he tweeted that the Electoral College is a threat to democracy or something like that. And that's how he won the presidency. If it wasn't for the Electoral College, if it was a popular vote, Hillary would have won because she got more votes overall.
Exactly.
He called it. Wait, what am I
So does he disagree with it now?
Yeah, that's a good question. He wouldn't answer that now.
No.
It's the best. It's the best system.
No, because recently he said, it's easy to win the popular vote. It's easy.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
And what was this? He said about Puerto Rico the other day that it was a great success, and we did great. And then he even tried to their power grid was messed up before the hurricane. I'm like, you asshole! Yeah.
He's really not the brightest candle in the chandelier, is he?
He's an asshole. I've never seen someone who acts so unpresidential. I mean, look, like I said the other day, I fucking dislike George W. Bush wholeheartedly, but at least he acted presidential at times. You know what I mean? Yeah, he talked a little, made some silly shit and said some dumb shit and did some dumb shit, but he just, like when he was giving a speech, he didn't point out a heckler and get him. Trump points out fucking hecklers.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
didn't somebody throw a shoe at George W. Bush?
Yeah, and he dunked that motherfucker like a boss. Boy.
I guess in the Middle East, throwing a shoe at somebody is a really bad insult too.
Yes.
So
yeah, it is.
But I mean, that's kind of why people elected Trump, right? That's why he was so popular, because he's not like anything we ever had before, and people are just kind of tired of the system as it is.
Well, Trump did something smart. He took a card out of Obama's book. And because, Obama went after the young black vote and the young vote. Well, Trump went after, sorry to say, but poor ass white folks, poor ass red motherfuckers who felt like they've been, ignored for so long. And he struck a nerve. And what's so stupid is it's a rich kid, a motherfucker who never struggled in his life.
From New York, too.
Yeah.
What? How do rednecks identify with a billionaire real estate mogul from New York?
Dude,
because he wants to build a wall.
Yeah,
the wall will never get built. And I argued with people before the election, and now there are still people that are like, "Oh man, he's still got time. He'll build the wall." No, the wall's not happening. I mean, what's going to happen is he's going to build a few segments of wall and be like, "I got it started."
Huge success.
I think Bill Burr has an entire set in one of his last stand-up talking about how we built this tower or something like that, and it took us 15 years to build it, and the country wanted that tower, and half the country doesn't even want this fucking wall.
Right.
Who's actually gonna get this done?
But back to your question, I don't know how redneck or country people, because I've had this conversation a million times with people around here. He's relatable. How is he relatable to you? He's
fucking dumb, and most Americans are dumb. Dumb and loud.
You're not allowed to say that you're German.
That's why I'm allowed to say that.
But he's never struggled, and most of these people down here,
what do you mean he's never struggled? He only had $1 million, small amount of money to make it on his own.
Yeah, I feel sorry. The people are so ignorant here. I mean, they really don't understand what's happening. They go by, moral stuff, religious shit. And they don't really keep up with what the economy's really about and what presidents really do. They're all about Jesus and stuff. So they're actually ignorant to it.
So, but hold on. Why would they vote for Trump then when Trump's paying like women to shut up after he has sex with them?
Because that's what the church does too.
Yeah, that's true. That's
They
true.
pay a lot of people to shut up about having sex.
That's
especially
true.
like families with the young boys.
I mean, if he was paying like male prostitutes off, then like it might strike a nerve with them. They might pay attention then.
Yeah, well, that would definitely strike a nerve with me. I pay the male prostitutes off, but no, I don't understand. No, I don't understand it. I don't see how they relate in any way. But for some reason, he got out of, and plus, the Russians fucked the election up.
It's just, to me, it's pretty simple how he succeeded. He was all about the Second Amendment, keeping that. He was all about good old America, going back to our good old values. Everything that all the country boys are preaching. I mean, a lot of people here in Florida are crazy pro-Trump.
A lot of people in Florida are just crazy.
That too. But, when you talk to them, that's what it is. And they're like, it's all about America, keeping our guns and our freedom, and we are the best. And that's what he does. Like, we're the best, we're the biggest. And he does that well, I guess, in a way that is relatable to people who go, we're the greatest.
Well, I can't relate to him. And I was one of the people that stood up when he won. I was like, well, give him a chance before you bash him. You don't know what he's going to do. Well, now I say bash the hell out of him because he's a fucking asshole.
Now, if you ask them, they'll be like, well, at least he's keeping his promises. At least he's doing something. At least he's achieved something.
What is he actually?
Nothing. Nothing. Especially none of the important shit like proper health care. He failed so big when it comes to healthcare, and it's so fucking hilarious to think about it. But people are like, at least he's doing something. Like, what? What is he actually doing? What is better with him?
There are several articles that have come out from like the super far lefty publications saying that Trump has no control over his White House. And one, I don't see how that's a problem. Like, I don't see how that's a problem. The motherfucker's dumb. We don't like him. If he can't control the White House, then good.
Okay.
Two, like, then that means for the other people who are all about Trump, that means he's not doing anything.
Because constitutionally, the president doesn't really have that much power in America anyways. He's more of, the one person that everybody looks to, but he doesn't have that many rights or duties at all.
I got duty. But anyway, but with all here's a question: with all the shit's going on, do you think he's going to go full term?
Yeah,
maybe. It's quite possible.
I think so. I don't think he'll win a second term, but I also said I didn't think he had a chance in hell to win the first time. So
I think he might. I think he might win the second term. Actually,
it depends on who we get. Because if we get Hillary or something like that, or Bernie, sorry to say this, but even Bernie, if we get Bernie, man, it's gonna fuck up because people don't want that. I mean, I
feel like Bernie is pretty popular, but Bernie had his chance, and it's not gonna work a second time.
He's too old.
He's way too old.
Way too old.
That's a guarantee that the vice president's gonna take over. So you better vote for the vice president if you go vote for Bernie.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die. Yeah, because look at somebody his age taking over. Look what it does to people. Look at Obama, dude. When Obama took over,
right?
Yeah, when Obama took over, I mean, he was this handsome, and look young. All of us, 8 years later, he looked like an old motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clinton
he was on the younger side.
Did the same to Clinton, man. When Clinton took over, he was all cool looking and.
I wonder what they put in the water in the White House.
It makes their hair white for sure. If they don't dye their hair, you notice a big change in hair color. They all have white, and it might just be the average age range that someone.
I think it's stress.
I mean, stress is definitely part of it, but you have to think a lot of these guys go in their Obama went in his like mid to late 40s and came out in his mid to late 50s. I mean, there's a difference. But in that age range, of course,
what
your hair's
do you mean people age?
Yeah.
Well, Trump's the most healthy president we've ever had, right?
Healthy?
The best.
That's what he said. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
but then his doctor came out and said that Trump basically wrote that for himself.
Well, of course. Of course he did, but he just lies so easily. And and the thing about it is, I'm like, Trump, you do know we see you, right? You little pudgy ass. We see you.
But the thing is that a lot of Americans don't. So many people don't actually see it. They never question anything. I'm sorry, but this country, a lot of people just don't know how to think critically at all.
Oh, I agree.
Just swallow whatever you feed them, especially if you put some America power in there and maybe a little bit Jesus Christ. You're just like, oh yeah, this gotta be the
American
truth.
education system. It really is.
I agree. I mean, our country is so driven by agendas. That's the problem. Like either whatever side you're on, they're so driven. Like the so-called SJWs or whatever. They don't want to see anything else. All they see is the ones that talk like they do, say the things they do, and it's crazy that our country's that way, but it is. And the people who wanted Trump to be good, they're gonna make him good. Oh, he's great, even though it's obvious he's fucking not. But yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, enough. I guess we got enough Trump talk here. Multiple people dead after a shooting in Bakersfield last night. According to Kern County Sheriff, a gunman killed 5 people and then himself in Bakersfield, California. We don't have a gun problem. We have a people problem.
We have both.
We have both. Exactly.
Definitely both.
But look, I'm not anti-gun by any means. I don't like when I say this shit. People say, "Oh, you're one of them far left pussies." I'm not anti-gun. There is an issue. We have a problem.
Yeah.
There's just too many fucking shootings.
Yeah.
And look at Australia, dude. When they passed their gun law, 20 something years ago, they haven't had a mass shooting since.
See, I'm anti-gun, and yet I still want to purchase my own gun soonish. Which doesn't make sense, really, but it kind of does. Because if everybody has a gun, I kind of want to have one too,
it's too easy to get one. There's a local flea market around here called First Monday. You can walk up, there's a table you can walk up to, no questions asked, and within 5 minutes, you're a gun owner.
Oh, that should be.
Can't really get away with that. Can't really get away with that here in Connecticut. It's a lot more strict here.
Well, see, I live in Bible Belt. Well, I live in the Buckle. All right. And, it's Jesus, guns, and cousin fucking.
Yeah. Great.
And,
I live in the state where the kids got shot. So.
And I don't believe in Jesus, and I don't carry a gun. But I fuck my cousins. Anyways. Nobody stepped on the joke, you assholes. Anyways, let's see. Oh, I had something pulled up, but I keep losing it. I don't know where it's at. Fuck it.
Tabs open.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'll go over here and find something. Where did it go? I lost. Sorry about the unprofessionalism. I lost it.
So unprofessional. I'm so upset right now.
No, this is an article from yesterday. Well, it's not an article, but a little tweet thing. 26 years ago, yesterday, the first woman of color, not colored woman, but woman of color, went to space.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Who was she?
Good for them on going into space.
Her name was Mae Jemison. She is a doctor, a dancer, and astronaut, and holds 9 honorary doctorate degrees, in the humanities, science, and engineering. Here's her journey from the south side of Chicago to the first African-American woman in space. Well, okay.
I probably heard about her before.
No, that's cool. I just seen every time I see the person of color, it just confuses me why that's okay, but color person's not.
It is so. I don't understand all the rules. How are you supposed to say it? Like, are you allowed to say black now, or is it you can't say African American because they're not actually from Africa? And I'm so confused.
I just say black people. If they don't like it, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't like it.
So yeah, back to Trump because I wanted to talk about this. This was the article I lost. Oh, Trump rejects Maria death toll estimates, saying numbers are to make him look bad. So they just made up the numbers of deaths just to make him look bad.
Which numbers are that?
It was for the Hurricane Maria. I guess that was Puerto Rico, right?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the U.S. president suggested that Democrats inflated death toll numbers following Hurricane Maria to make him look as bad as possible. Outlets like NBC News are breaking down how George Washington University's public health school and other institutions have come up with the excess death toll estimates following Hurricane Maria.
Because Trump made the hurricane. He blew really hard.
Yeah.
And that caused the hurricane to come up the Atlantic.
He does blow very hard.
He does blow very hard. But here's the thing. I have seen news articles that try to make, that went for him and try to make him look bad. Like that time when they said that he tried to act like he said all Mexicans are evil or whatever. He didn't say that. He was talking about that gang, MS-13 or whatever. But
that's media manipulation. That's not like a government organization that's meant to study a thing that happened or a disaster that happened and come back with numbers. Like,
this is death tolls. I mean, they're not saying this many people died just to make your ass look better.
I swear, this motherfucker is one hotel scandal away from being Nixon. It just he's so paranoid.
Oh yeah, he is very paranoid. It's just like, yeah, he's just so weird. He's so weird.
I just get so tired of following it all. It's because everything is bullshit and everybody's pointing fingers at the other side. I don't even have the patience to look at political news anymore at all.
So I got a question for you, the ladies on the panel. Fuck, marry, kill. Donald Trump, Richard Nixon, or Dan Quayle?
I have to Google those people.
I barely remember Dan Quayle.
Who's that?
Dan Quayle was the vice president under George H.W. Bush. So the first the first George Bush that was president.
Yeah, I think Clinton got elected when I was like 2 or something like that. So yeah, I barely remember who that person is.
Such a child.
So what was it? Fuck, marry, kill?
I just turned 30.
Dan Quayle was known for saying some really dumb shit.
He couldn't spell potato.
Yeah, he was the potato guy.
He was in a classroom and some kid was supposed to spell a word on the chalkboard and the word ended up being potato and the kid wrote potato with an O at the end of it and Dan Quayle's like, nope, that's not right, and then he wrote an E at the end. But I guess in some ways I think in some other countries they do spell it with an E at the end.
Yeah, in my dictionary, it always comes up with both when I look it up. Because I do look it up a lot because of that.
But, him being like the vice president of America, he should know how we spell it.
I think how it really ended up being was that, like, after that, he kind of doubled down on it and he was like, I'm the vice president. I can spell it however I want.
Okay, so he's a dumb idiot. What about Nixon? What did he do?
Nixon, he got in big trouble and he probably would have gotten removed from office if he wouldn't have resigned before it happened. And for a while, he was viewed as the worst president in recent history.
Yeah, he was. He was pretty bad. But he's the one that famously said, "I'm not a crook."
Yeah,
and he had like a long, thin nose and like saggy butt cheek kind of face.
Yeah, his neck looked like a vagina.
That's weird.
Like a floppy vagina. So y'all, I want y'all to look at those pictures and tell me, fuck, marry, kill. I really want to know this.
All right, I'm gonna kill Trump. I'm gonna fuck Nixon and marry the dumb guy.
He was better looking than the other two.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Dan Quayle was the best looking out of all of them.
First of all, he's the best looking, and if he's dumb, he's easy to manipulate. So.
Well, as good as you look, we're all easy to manipulate. No, I'm just gonna say, pussy manipulates the hell out of us. So, what about you, Anahatahearts?
Let's see.
With your little Chinese titties?
Japanese. I'd fuck Quayle because he was the better looking. I'd kill Nixon and I'd marry Trump because
You'd marry Trump.
Money.
Well, there you go. There you go.
You can kill him in his sleep later. You're just gonna.
Melania wears like the best shit that she can possibly buy. Like,
you know what? You have a point. Marrying Trump is that stupid, and you can always choke him out with your thighs and be like, "It was a sex accident." Oof, sorry.
The funny thing about this is that Nixon is the only one out of the three of them that's dead.
Yes.
So
he is
I
dead.
could re-kill him, I guess.
Yeah, you're killing dead guys.
Yeah. See, would that change your answer if it has to be Nixon's like remains? So you got to fuck Nixon's like, because there's probably not much of him left.
Definitely changing my answer. Yep.
You don't want to fuck a dead corpse?
No.
Why not? It's so much fun.
No. I mean, it is a die myself.
It is a victimless crime.
No, I am the victim. I am definitely a victim if I have to fuck a corpse.
You know, I have a poem about necrophilia.
A poem.
Yeah, it's I fucked old girl in a graveyard. God bless her soul, she was dead. Maggots crawled out of her asshole and the hair slicked off her head. When I was finished with my job, I knew I committed a sin, but I couldn't resist that pussy, so I fucked that dead bitch again.
That's absolutely disgusting.
I mean, good for you on writing a decently written poem somehow about fucking a corpse.
I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Oh, it's beautiful. I wrote part of it. The other part I stole from Two Live Crew, and I didn't like it, so I changed it up and wrote some of it.
Gross.
Two Live Crew was awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, they were just fucking. They were a very controversial rap group. Was it 80s? Yeah, later 80s. They were very controversial. They had songs like, everybody said, "Hey, we want some pussy" and stuff like that. And they were like banned all over America, man. Like from having concerts and shit. They were like, it was pretty wild about them.
Well, yeah, that was during the true PC generation of the religious right and all of that, where politics in the country was very, very PC sort of stuff. It was before the whole ESRB stuff and like how it was really obvious. But you could definitely get banned for saying that kind of shit in your lyrics back then. And now it's like, what the fuck do rap groups say now? They just to talk about like lean and pussy and like fucking doing Xannies and all kinds of shit. And
but I'm afraid I'm afraid we're gonna go back in that area the way it's going, the way it's so like because you can't say hardly anything on the internet anymore.
I mean, it's usually how it goes, though, right? People get some freedom, they take it too far, it gets taken away from them again. It's like a back and forth, but it's a slow progression upwards.
But it's just words. I mean, if they're telling people to go cut
words are very hurtful.
Yeah, but look, I mean, let's say, okay, me telling a bunch of people to go kick your ass, like if I say go beat Kyrsh up, that's when you should censor. But if I say Kyrsh needs an ass whooping, that's different. It's different.
For somebody who has a brain, it's different, but most people don't.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Batman actor that played Batman? I'm asking this for a reason.
I'm so bad with names. I have to look.
I would say probably Michael Keaton.
I'm with you. Michael Keaton, definitely. You know who John Hamm is?
Yeah.
From what was that famous show he was on?
Mad Men.
Mad Men. He wants to play Batman.
Sure, he might be able to pull it off.
That, yeah.
I think he would be a great Batman.
I think so too.
He's because he's a manly man, and unlike this Ben Affleck bullshit, that shit made me sick.
Which was worse, Ben Affleck or George Clooney?
I kind of
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Really?
I think he's worse than George Clooney.
I'd have to watch George Clooney again.
I
The
thought
George
Ben
Clooney
Affleck did
Batmans were the
okay.
worst.
They were bad movies, but I'm talking about as far as my image of Batman being a tough guy. You know, George Clooney could pull that off a little bit. Ben Affleck can't do it.
Remember the Bat credit card?
Oh my
That's
God!
gross. That's racist.
What is this that just spoke?
Hey, individuals. I didn't see I got the link until just now.
It's Michael Jackson's corpse. There's
Hey,
They
guys,
brought me back.
Hey guys, I was too busy jerking off to animal porn.
Hey, that's only
and
part
I
of it
just
true.
animated
part of it.
animal porn.
Who is this?
Okay, now
purple
you're more
weasel?
like it. Good job.
It's
You know
Michael
me well.
Jackson.
Oh, so he's a furry. Okay.
yes, it's corpse beat it. As I like to call him. This is Animancer.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the residential cocksucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm designated to do, and I have no other purpose.
that's kind of sad.
No,
Yeah.
no. It's for me.
That's kind of sad. He enjoys it. He enjoys it.
Oh well, there you go. I mean, it's an art
Right.
form, so good for you.
Yeah,
We're all progressive here. We can.
takes technique, right?
Yeah,
Dude, hard work.
we love the faggots here.
Mhm.
Controlling that gag
The
reflex.
queers.
Them damn homos. I was listening to DMX's song "Where the Hood At" yesterday, and I was like, this song would not make it today because he said some shit like, "I ain't got no love for homo thugs." And shit
yeah.
yeah, he's like, how you gonna explain fucking a man? Even if we squash the beef, I ain't touching your hand. It was like, damn, that wouldn't make it today.
Yeah, no way.
Even Eminem censored the word faggot in one of his songs on the Kamikaze album.
Really?
Yeah,
I still haven't listened to it.
it's
Is he going to
awesome.
retroactively and go back and censor all the times he said faggot over the last 20 years?
Might happen. I wouldn't be surprised.
He said it a lot. He said it a lot. Now I fucking love him, and I love this new album too. By the way, it's fucking awesome. It's fact. I love it.
If
So
you go
how
on
you
YouTube
doing?
and see the Vivo versions of Eminem songs, I'm sure they're all already censored because they censor every swear word that they have a song of. It's like, why would you even put that on YouTube if it's not going to be the real song? I don't want to hear it. It ruins the flow, especially when it comes to rap.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
doing good.
But now back when Eminem came out, they had the MTV videos. They had to do it anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back when MTV played music, sometimes I haven't watched that channel in so many years.
It's not about music anymore. That's probably why.
Do they still have
It hasn't been
the?
in a long time though.
Do
Yeah,
they still have the Video Music Awards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
VMAs are still a thing.
I don't keep up with award shows. I used to like the Grammys and the Oscars, but now that shit's so politicized. I don't watch none of that shit no more.
I used to watch it all. Now it's really boring.
Yeah, they were thinking about creating an award just for the Black Panther. There really was. They were gonna. It was called like most popular or something or whatever, but then they decided not to because of the backlash. Everybody was like, "That's fucking stupid."
It is dumb.
Yeah, so they decided not. And they pretty much admitted they were creating the award just to give it to Black Panther.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Then why not just make an award for anything at an award show and be like, well, we really like this movie, but we couldn't find an awards for it, so let's just make one up. Like, what's even the point?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that movie's. I love the movie, by the way.
Sure,
I'm
it's a
not,
good movie.
I like the movie a lot. I just hate how they make it like this is the first real black hero. I mean, like,
yeah.
what about Blade, motherfucker?
Everyone
Wesley-
forgets about that because it's
Well,
not.
Wesley
it's
Snipes doesn't pay his taxes for a few years, but everybody forgets about Blade.
Well,
Blade
does,
was too
does any black
early.
guy pay their taxes?
It was too early.
You got me
think-
there. I only pay half my taxes.
Yeah. So you do have some African in you.
Yeah, I'm biracial. Like, almost split down the middle. Like, probably like 40-60. Close
Don't
to
say-
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can't be friends then. I'm a Nazi.
Whoa.
Yeah, she doesn't like the blacks.
It doesn't like the- So I know you got your thug look going on with a hoodie, but it's purple, dog.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be a hoodlum.
I mean, it's.
I know.
not-
I'm like staring at him because he's like leafy hidden behind the mic, and then
Oh my
Yeah.
the hoodie over it.
People
I'm
say
like,
that all the time.
Do you have a chin?
You know what? You'll never know. If you guys donate to Pimpmunk, maybe you'll get to see the chin, but no one else gets to see that.
You know, Billy's friends with every fucking body though. But Billy's good friends with Leafy. Yeah, but Billy's good friends with Anision, and that I don't understand.
Billy is the
friends with
person
Martin
to call.
Shkreli.
Yeah, he's friends. Who with who?
Is it Martin Shkreli?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that one before.
Well, who is that?
He was a guy that bought a pharmaceutical company and raised the cost of a specific drug.
Yeah, I know.
And he went to prison, like not for that, but he went to prison for some other kind of illegal
for
stuff.
Cooking books or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, he's the one about the AIDS pill, right? And raised it. Yeah.
And then he testified in front of I think some senators or something too. He got in deep shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. So Billy knew him? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his buddy.
Okay.
They're friends, yeah. Billy defends him pretty frequently. He says he got screwed over by other people.
Billy pissed some people off at that last party because he invited. What's that one little dude that pisses everybody off, Ben?
The God of Cringe.
Yeah, the God of Cringe. Billy invited him to the last party, and he was like being cringy, I guess.
He was cringe as fuck. Oh my god, so annoying. I don't get easily annoyed with people. You just sit there and let them do their thing. But that guy, I wanted to choke him, and I wasn't even talking to him.
I didn't even talk to him. I guess after I left is when he started getting like ridiculous. I heard that. Do what, buddy?
Tismy. That's what I like to call it when people spurg out.
I know Jeff told me that Memory is cussed him the fuck out.
I wasn't even talking. I think he was talking to Kyrsh a lot, and then he was talking to Barbara, and she kept walking away from him. And I didn't even talk to him at all. I just kind of sat in the area of where the conversations happened, and I got so annoyed, and I was drunk and high, and to piss me off when I'm drunk and high is kind of hard to do.
Yeah, that's kind of a miracle.
He's intense.
Type of talent, I guess.
The only time I ever watched any of his content was like one on DP, and we was talking about the videos. He is a little fucker, man.
I don't even know his I know nothing about this person. I just go off this one night that I met him.
He'll go into a restaurant and try to get out of having to pay for certain things, and he'll argue with them about not paying, and then the police have to come. It's totally cringy shit.
Oh yeah,
I would not hang out with that person.
But see, the thing about it is he takes it to a new level. Like he just keeps on with it. He won't leave, and it just goes to a level like of cringiness where you're like literally sitting there going, "My God, somebody whooped this dude's ass." I mean, seriously. Now, like I said, I don't dislike him. I don't know him. I said hi to him. He said hi to me, and that was it. But apparently, he was fucking with people at the party.
I don't know.
Yeah, he got really up in their personal space too, and like leaning in while he was talking. It was very invasive and just so persistent. Like people were walking away from him, and he followed them. It was weird.
At least I didn't run into that motherfucker.
He's dedicated.
I don't even know who that is, but if I ran into that guy and he got like leaning up into my face and stuff like that, if it was at that last party, I showed up already pretty fucking drunk. He was
wearing like a weird Jewish sweater, but I don't even think he's. I think he was wearing.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think I saw him.
I never remember.
He was wearing this sweater that had like the Star of David and like the Torah on it, and yeah.
I just remember that most people were too polite to say anything, and they like just excused them to get a drink or whatever, and tried not to come back to him, so he would end up following them. Yeah. That would not be me. If he would get in my face, I would be like, dude, seriously, if you don't back up at least a foot, you're gonna have my foot in your ass in 2 seconds. I
like that. He might be into that.
Oh.
Yeah, be careful. He might like it.
I know Kyrsh Speedit likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I spend my Saturdays.
He agrees with everything. He's like, what's that dude that ate the magic card on your show, Ben? Manny.
Yeah, Manny.
Yes. We literally he was on the Drunken Peasants, and somebody, I don't know who it was, me or Billy, said, will you eat that card? It was one of the Magic the Gathering cards. Yes, and he ate the fucking card.
Yeah.
Eat the card.
I ain't eating any magic cards, so hold your breath, folks.
I talked about this yesterday, but I just want to bring it up again and show this fucking gif. There was this rat, dude, who pulled a fire alarm and had the whole like apartment building evacuated, and it was caught on camera, and it was I just think it's fucking hilarious. Look at this little fucker. Watch him jump up there. Boom, pulls a fire alarm. Boom.
Oh my god, it's actually, I thought you meant like a person who's a rat, but no, it's an actual
rat dude. He did say rat dude, and I'm like,
I might have said dude, like, yeah, rat dude. But okay. Yeah, but look at this little fucker. Watch him.
Insane.
Evacuated the whole apartment.
That's just hilarious.
I think it's fucking great.
How can you not laugh at that?
I know. I've like went back to this GIF like 300 times and just watched the rat do that.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. But so we're in the second hour now. So I always do this in the second hour. If you're enjoying the show, please consider tipping. This is how I pay my bills, how I feed my hookers, and so yeah, please consider tipping and make my day a better day. Links in the description below, and I'll share a mod. We'll share the links. Also, Patreon. Become a Patreon. We're trying to get to $1,000 a month where we'll do that 24-hour show. I appreciate all the support. I really do, guys. Thank you so much. I'll also, since I'm shilling right quick, make sure you catch tonight's The Altered Perspective on Benpai's channel. On Ben here. We've got Kyrsh. She's gonna be on.
And Marshall Manson.
I will be drinking.
Yeah, Marshall Manson. Marshall will get naked.
Whoa.
He's a rapper, and he's really good. He's a friend of ours. He's a really good rapper. Nice. He's got a song called "Kill People" that's fucking awesome. I love that fucking song.
Marshall, don't actually get naked. We'll have to create the Altered Perspective underground, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. But he's really cool, guy. He's a really cool guy. So it's gonna be a good show. So make sure you check that out. And DP's what, Saturday?
Yes,
yeah, Saturday.
So make sure you check that out. And we'll show that again at the end of the show. But since I was doing that, I want to make sure you check out the Altered Perspective, though. That's mine and Ben's show. It's great. It's awesome. We need a new intro. We need a new intro to get fucking the Father of God out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and edit that so it's just you and Ben at some point.
Yes, it should be like it should be. Anyways, Marshall Manson is great. Says somebody. Yeah, that's true, Isaac. He is great.
Yes.
He's not as great as Corpse Beat It, but whatever.
I disagree with that. I'm gonna have to disagree for the first time in this stream. Come on, give the praise to Marshall.
You haven't been in here that long, though. It doesn't count. Saying it for the first time. It's not such a big deal for 10 minutes.
So it's like Ben said earlier, anything that happened a month ago or even a week ago or a couple of days ago seems like old news. But what do you guys think about all those people going crazy because Elon Musk smoked some weed on Joe Rogan's show?
Oh, he did? I missed that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He didn't even inhale it. He just took a puff and blew it out.
He did not inhale. That's true.
And then people were, his stock, the Tesla stock dropped for a little bit there because of it. People were going crazy over this shit.
People are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's
how did you not figure this motherfucker that wants to go to Mars fucking smokes weed? Come on.
He didn't seem very familiar with weed though. It seemed like it was his first time.
But it doesn't. It's legal in some states now.
In the state he was
legal there. Yeah.
He was in California. It's legal there.
Why are people still freaking out about that shit? It doesn't make any sense.
And why do people care anyways? They don't give a shit if he's in a legal state. Why do they even fucking care?
It's a drug. It's a devil.
I thought we were past this on the right and the left of being stuck up about weed. What's the fucking problem? It's an herb that occurs naturally, and it doesn't fucking kill you to smoke it. You know, it makes you feel good. So what's the problem? I don't know.
You got it medically in most of the states. It's legal in some states. Like here in Connecticut, like our Republicans are trying to get it fucking legalized. What the hell?
Yeah, we got it legalized here in Massachusetts. Like 64% voted in favor. It's starting to happen. The majority of people at this point, I would say, are in favor. It's just the vocal minority of assholes, as always, trying to keep people down. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. It's kind of what they're doing with Kratom now. The Kratom's like the new weed, not as far as high rise, but like how people are going after it.
It is.
It's like the new
thing.
thing.
It's illegal here.
Yeah, and there's a documentary on Netflix called A Leaf of Faith that I think everybody should watch because it really explains what Kratom does and how it actually helps. And it's such a good documentary. And they show this one crazy woman from Florida. There you go. She was trying to like lead the way, and they make her look like a jackass. She lost her job and everything.
Whoa.
I mean, people lose their jobs from smoking weed. It happens. People lose their jobs from drinking alcohol. It happens.
She was against Kratom and stuff like that.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, she lost. She lost her job for other reasons. I don't know why, but like she lost her job, and because she was really, really pissed because everybody stood up. Like a bunch of people went to the town meeting or whatever, and was like for Kratom, and they were like, this helped me get off opiate addiction, and it's doing that with a lot of people, and this helped me with my chronic pain or whatever it's called, and she was like, well, these people are addicted. She said all of them are addicts, and that's why they're saying this. They're all junkies.
Well, I don't know enough about Kratom, but is Kratom actually addictive? Is there any addictive properties?
It's about as addictive as coffee, because it is a coffee. It comes from it's a coffee plant. It's like a tea plant.
I can relate to the whole caffeine addiction.
It's a plant that's related to coffee, but it affects the similar receptors in your brain that opioids would.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and that's why people with an opioid addiction. Okay.
Yeah, and doctors are starting. And so here's the thing: for thousands of years in the Asian culture, they've been taking this shit, and no deaths recorded.
Yeah, why is it that people always focus on the drugs that don't get people killed instead of the ones that do? It seems like they don't care so much about those.
Because they're entry-level drugs and they lead up to drug abuse, and that's usually why they buckle down that hard on those
gateway drug nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, and then there was like 15 deaths, like in I think it was Norway or Sweden or something like that, and they said they was trying to plug it to Kratom. Well, come to find out, all those cases, the Kratom that they took was laced with that. What is that really powerful opioid? Fentanyl. Yeah, it was all. Every one of them was the Kratom was laced with that shit.
Kratom doesn't show up on many standard drug tests.
And you know what? You know what's everybody like the FDA doesn't want it, but you know what the FDA does want? Fentanyl. They approve that.
I don't trust the FDA. FDA is all bought off.
Fuck yeah, they are. But then in this documentary, this woman was trying to push this one guy's death. He committed suicide, and they said it was because of Kratom. Well, the guy had a history of depression, and they also found a whole bunch of other drugs, including fentanyl, in his system. And so I think it was fentanyl, but they had a whole bunch. So, I mean, there's usually like, but they're trying any kind of death where they found Kratom in their system, they're blaming Kratom. Doesn't matter if there's like all kinds of other reasons. And there's, like I said, it's just stupid. It's done me wonders. Now I'm speaking just for me. This is anecdotal or whatever, but I have a lot of pain. Dude, my legs swell up. Sometimes they bust open and shit. And if it wasn't for this shit, I'd be crying in the fucking corner.
I guess another controversial thing about Kratom is that if you just look at the plant itself, it could be considered an opioid because it contains certain substances.
Yeah, it contains one of the substances that like Ben said, the same receptacles as opioids do, but it's not as dangerous or addictive.
Right. No. It's a different what do you say it? Like a different makeup, but it has the same compounds. That's probably why people are freaking out.
Yeah, because so many people like to look at just the surface level when it comes to these issues, and they don't bother to dig any deeper. That's why I do recommend that people check out that documentary Pimp talked about, so that you can get armed with information and make a proper argument if you care to do that.
Yeah.
The thing about a drug coming from a plant that doesn't have to be processed or anything, you can't really put a like a patent on something like that.
Yeah, and I hate that.
Well, actually, it can, and people do it all the time. It's just because it's fairly new and it's not as genetically refined as other plants are. If you think about it, all the vegetables that we eat have been genetically refined to have all about the same kind of fruit size, all about the same calorie content and whatever. So once they do that to Kratom, they might, legalize it more or have less issues with it. And the same thing happened to weed too. They have all these strains that are now genetically engineered to have a certain THC content and certain components. It's just anything that's new, people freak the fuck out about it.
The thing about that though is, like, if there's one strain of weed, it's not just one grower that's allowed to grow it. Like, anybody can grow the strain. Like, if I created the strain, which I'm not pretending like I know how to do that, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to be like, no, you're not allowed to grow that, because people do it all the time. Like, so it could be grown by anybody. It's not just I think Monsanto tried to, like, keep people from using their seeds or something. I think I heard about that before, but
yeah, I would believe that.
But I don't think they're able to do that. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can answer that.
I'm pretty sure you can do that. I'm pretty sure it's been done. At least in Europe, they eradicated whole strains of potatoes because they just stopped selling them to certain people. We're like, no, you can't grow these potatoes anymore. We want you to grow these instead because they make us more money.
Have you guys talked about Article 13 on this episode yet?
Nope.
Talk about it.
Memes are illegal in Europe now, guys, put simply. And it was passed with a majority with very little amendments added to it that people wanted to see. So,
now, is this all memes?
What?
No, I don't think so. I think that's a bit of a generalization that people are making, but it severely limits the free speech you can have on the internet. If you look at the
something to do with the copyright, right? Any sort of copyrighted material you can't redistribute.
That too. So if you make a meme with the Star Wars prequels or whatever, like, I have the high ground, like, you can face consequences for that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know that much about it, but
why the fuck you bring it up? No, I'm joking.
I don't know. I just want to get a dialogue going, see if anyone else knew much about it.
I don't know anything about it. I knew that they did it. I just didn't know much about it. I didn't know what kind of memes. I know the UK, man. They have some weird. They got some weird laws about porn.
Oh, yeah. The UK might require people. I read this on an article like last month. They might require people to have passes, like licenses, to view adult content online.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
And isn't there only like certain types, like you can't watch anal porn, right?
I think it's like face sitting that they have a problem with.
Yeah, that's one of the things they have a problem with. Yeah.
That's funny.
How dare you, right? How dare you sit on a man's face? Fuck.
Yeah. Where else are you supposed to sit on a man?
I want to know what the justification for that is. Like, why would that be illegal? Like, why?
I have no idea why.
Aren't there some states, or isn't there a state in the U.S. where it's illegal to fire a firearm while you're having an orgasm? Some weird laws.
Oh, like we have all types of weird state laws here. Like, Pimp did an entire episode.
In Pimpmunk state, they just made slavery illegal like within the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. Officially, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of southern states that still technically had it on the books.
It really fucked me up. I had to get rid of my slaves, and I didn't like that, man. I loved my black folks.
You know, there are some people that were like, I could have been doing this the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, we have some weird laws.
they couldn't have because there was a federal law, but they didn't change they didn't change their state law. The state law was left over from when it was a state issue.
Yeah, there's a lot of
way back before the Civil War.
Yeah, there's a lot of laws and books that they just ignored that they need to take out. But we've got current laws though that are fucking stupid. Like, people can deny you service because you're gay, and that law was passed here, and and if they want to, they can say no. And it isn't just gay; it's called the Religious Protection Act or some shit like that. I mean, if they found out I was an atheist and didn't like it, they could refuse service to me. I mean, it is their if it's if privately owned business, they can do whatever the fuck they want to, but it is ridiculous. But now, to be fair with the state, I haven't heard of any cases brought up about that since that law's. But I've not heard of anybody being rejected, and this has been a few years now. So,
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was reading up on Article 13. So it requires certain platforms to stop users from sharing unlicensed copyrighted material. And I guess this only applies to really big platforms like YouTube and Facebook, because smaller platforms don't even have the means to, or the software to go through their users' content and detect copyrighted material. But this is on European Union basis, so it's still up to the single countries how they actually implement this law in their own
it's ridiculous.
Blah blah blah.
Legislature. So just because something has been passed by the European Union doesn't mean that it's exactly like that implemented in each country. They still have their own way of implementing that law, I guess.
The individuals in the countries that are going to have to fight this hard if they want to maintain any sense of freedom in that regard, though, because the way that it's written up right now, it doesn't seem good. Like the countries are going to have individual stipulations.
What are the actual words, though?
Do what now?
The actual words of the article.
I can try and find that and post it. Give me a second.
Yeah, Corpse Midget will find it. He's good at that shit.
Corpse Midget?
Corpse Beat It. I like to call him Corpse Beat It.
I am Corpse Midget. There's basically a randomness going on.
What the fuck just happened?
There's this guy. What's his real name? What's he really go by?
Lucian Hadobach.
Yeah, this dude is so fucking strange. Ben and them titled him Corpse Midget a while back. He's a little dude. He's like, I don't know how tall. He's
he's probably like 4.5 feet tall or something. Maybe.
Yeah, he's so fucking weird. He did this one video about Disney where his head was in the Mickey Mouse thing. It was he's so fucking strange.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, he's weird as fuck. Look him up sometime. And he's just he talks like Ben was talking a minute ago. It's really
he's Romanian.
Yeah, all Romanians are bad people anyway.
Nah.
Well, they can't be because they invented Romanian deadlifts and Romanian split squats.
Well, the women are hot. A lot of the Romanian women are very hot. I will give them that. They know how to make pussy.
I like Western European men.
I can't even find this. All I can find is people talking about it, which is concerning.
YouTube has taken a particularly vocal stance against the proposed change, with the firm's CEO Susan Wojcicki taking to Twitter to voice her stance. Article 13 could put the creative economy of creators and artists around the world at risk, she propounded.
Susan, she cares about the creator. I believe that.
Yeah. Susan taking a stance.
It's true.
Fuck Susan.
Yeah, fuck her.
Well, somebody need to pull a goddamn Tanya Harding on that bitch. Sorry, I don't really mean that. I don't mean it.
YouTube, this is a joke.
It's humor. It's humor. Tanya Harding's the one that had the fat guy hitting ice skaters. They were figure skaters, and she had somebody kneecap her with a steel pipe. Her opponent pop. This was like years and years ago. They made a movie about it. I didn't see the movie. I heard it was pretty good, actually. It kneecapped the fuck out of that girl. Nancy Kerrigan was on the ground saying, "Why me? Why me?"
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty big story back in the day. I mean, she literally had somebody kneecap her because she was afraid she couldn't beat her in figure skate. Well, she couldn't because Nancy Kerrigan was a bad
That's
motherfucker on
crazy.
skates.
She went on to win the like gold or something like that, right?
No,
No.
that year,
Bronze?
everyone thought that one of those two were going to win the gold, but in reality, I think it was
An
it was-
Asian chick.
no. It was Oksana Bayul. She was like,
Oh.
I think maybe Slovakian. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, but everybody thought that those two were the ones that had the best chance to win.
She was Ukrainian. She was the one that
Oh.
ended up winning that year. Everyone was so focused on the drama, but she ended up coming through with the win instead.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Did Tanya get to? Because they didn't figure out she did it to after the competition, right? Am I right?
Oh, they knew before the Olympics that
Oh.
she was involved in it, but they still let her compete anyway.
Oh, so okay, they did let her
That's
compete.
weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It was a whole weird situation.
It was
Tanya,
so it's so weird that I even know about it. But when I was probably in middle school, this happened, and it was just you couldn't
avoid
get away from it. It was everywhere.
Yeah, it was all over. I remember I was young, and it was like all over the fucking news. It was like everywhere. Like damn. And then after that, Tanya went down. Tanya Harding, the chick that had it done, she went down this fucking wormhole that was drugs and arrested several times. But I think she finally got her life straight. And she's working and doing stuff on TV and shit now. So I think she's cool. But
Back to Article 13. This article is from yesterday. It says the copyright law is not yet set in stone. Now, individual EU member states will vote on it at home before the directive returns to the European Parliament for another vote late in 2018 or early 2019. If approved, member states will each interpret the directive, which is meant to unify the Europeans' approach to intellectual property as they see fit. So it's not actually really passed yet. It's only passed to go to vote to the individual countries, and then it's going to go back to the European Union, and then they still have to decide on all the details and make up their mind what actually is covered by this law. It's not quite as dramatic yet.
I tell you what, Kyrsh could read the instruction manual on how to wipe an old dude's ass, and I would sit there and listen to it and just look at those eyes, man. God damn. Anyways,
I'm just as a German, all I can say to this is that the European Union is actually not that great at making their minds up and coming to terms on things. They don't actually agree that often on things, so this could take a while. And it doesn't even necessarily have to actually go through in the end. I'm not freaking out about it yet.
yes, it's kind of crazy. Do you think that kind of shit will happen over here?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No,
I mean,
not
we
at all.
already kind of have it. It's the copyright strike thing, right? That's happening on YouTube, and it's also happening on Instagram. While a lot of the meme accounts, or most of the meme accounts on Instagram, are privated and not just open for anybody. That is the thing where
Yeah, but it's not a legal thing except for like copyright law in some sort of way. It's somewhat tied in, but it's mostly terms of service.
Yeah, this could, in the EU as it is, I'm pretty sure the way people have been talking about it, it could lead to like legal repercussions, and that's a lot worse than just getting your channel taken down or whatever.
Well, I mean, it can here too if it's on a bigger scale. Really, if they really take it all the way past just getting a channel taken down, it actually is a legal matter because it is stealing artistic content from somebody else. It's just handled on a different basis right now because it's just more efficient. But it could be taken to court here now. The only thing that the union is trying to do is to just kind of flip it around and make it that the provider has to scan first so people don't have to manually claim content.
I don't trust
they're
these
just
websites
making-
at all.
Yeah,
for
no.
anything.
and you shouldn't, but they just they're trying to make it easier for the little guy to claim content, but they're not realizing that our technology isn't even that good yet, because all those false claims happening all the time, they're not realizing that is a big issue.
I'm glad we actually had someone who's from Europe here to rationalize this and give us some context. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Rationalize it. Yeah. Fuck Europe, man.
Eloquently put him. Eloquently.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the big difference between Europe and America. In Europe, we try to find a law that makes it just the same for everybody, and here it's all about the individual freedom, and everybody has to fight for themselves. So we would probably not even attempt a law like that for a long time.
Yeah.
So in a local town in Missouri, there was this an animal got away from its owner.
Was it a manatee?
No.
How would that get away?
but look here. Guess what? What it would be a weird animal to see in a town in Missouri. It was a kangaroo.
A kangaroo.
It was AIU.
Yeah, he was going to visit
Did it punch
Brett.
somebody?
Do what, huh?
Did the kangaroo punch someone?
No, it was a 10-month-old kangaroo, apparently. Like a baby. And they said there was a couple of sightings of it, but according to this, they haven't found it yet.
Damn, they better get that roo. I don't want it to get hurt or anything.
Dude, those fucking things will fuck you up, though.
Yeah, but you know what? Like
they can, but honestly, they usually don't. They're not that like I've been to a zoo where it was like a cageless exhibit where you could just kind of walk around and all the kangaroos are just kind of laying there looking at you.
Did you hug one? Are they soft?
No. Well, you weren't supposed to touch them, but there wasn't like a barrier between you and them.
Well, that sucks. What's the point then?
I don't know, just to like be able to look at them without glass or anything like that between you and them.
Yeah,
feels a bit more real.
Because glass is so restrictive in seeing things.
Okay, good point.
Sometimes it can be.
I know.
But I have seen videos where they jump up and kick a person, and it's so cool how they kick anyway, because it looks like they're doing it. It looks like they're doing it in slow motion and like they're floating.
You remember that guy who punched out a kangaroo to save his dog?
No,
Yeah, I saw that video.
That was so badass.
The kangaroo looked so offended.
I know. It was like, what the fuck just happened? How does this scrawly human dare to punch me?
Those things, when watching kangaroo fights, I've watched that on YouTube and shit. Those are pretty cool. Watch them two of them fight, man. Be like, yeah, kick their ass. One of the coolest videos I've seen was the other day. It's an old video though. There's this crocodile come up on a bank and it was trying to eat, and there was this little cat slapping the fuck out of it, just knocking the hell out of that crocodile. And the crocodile just looked at it like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you do this?"
Did it eat it in the end, or did it get away?
No, it didn't eat the cat. It just kept eating its food.
That's
But
great.
now Red Eye told me a story. It wasn't too long ago. There was this one where this puppy kept barking at the crocodile, kept jumping at the crocodile, and eventually the crocodile went.
Oh my god. No.
I think just recently a woman tried to save her dog from an alligator here in Florida and ended up getting bit trying to save her dog.
Damn.
It happens. It's Florida.
Yeah.
Beasties, don't go up against crocodiles and alligators. They got big jaws for a reason.
They're irritated too, man. They're vicious. They don't like fucking around with people.
They can climb chain link fences. They can climb over a 6-foot fence, chain link fence. They will just
I've never
fucking
seen one in real life. Shit. You've seen one, right, Pimp?
Yes, I have. I did. Yeah, I've seen them. I went to this one little zoo thing in Florida. No, sorry, Alabama, Orange Beach. But there was this one. It was like a huge fucking crocodile. But a couple of years before that, they had a hurricane, right? And the hurricane hit that zoo, and a lot of the animals got loose. And this crocodile, which was like one of the biggest ones around in our area, especially in the South, they said, well, dude walked on his back porch, and there sat the fucking crocodile.
Oh my god! If I came home to that shit, I think I would shit my pants.
Oh, I know I would. I know I would. I mean, I would have poop all in my drawers. No doubt about it.
Did I tell you about the funniest thing that we did, Pimpmunk? Or have you heard about this? Like we were doing the post show one time, and you were streaming live at the same time, and I took your stream and put you in the box like you were actually there on the show with us, and we were like saying things to you, and you were. It sounded like you were talking to us.
Yeah.
You were talking to your chat. But we would like ask you a question and be like, yeah. So
that's funny. I like that. That's funny.
I can send you a link to that if you want.
You were like pissed off, so it was even better.
Yeah,
it was even better.
What was I pissed off about?
Just YouTube and
YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, that's funny. Oh yeah. You know, I get reported every time someone says something, anything remotely funny or like could be took remotely as an insult. People come and tell me.
I don't say funny things.
I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I don't, it don't bother me, man. It's jokes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a fucking joke, but here's the thing. The worst part is that YouTube gives these people like the ability to weaponize like this type of shit, and that's why, it's so easy to get videos and shit taken down that are clearly satirical. Like, I won't even go into the Count Dankula shit, but having a pug do a little salute is not something that you should face any repercussions for.
That pug was pretty racist.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, man. He didn't like Jews. I had a pug.
See, humor. It's humor, YouTube. It's humor.
That pug thinks it's part of a superior race.
My little dog, because I have a very, very little dog. She is racist.
Is she?
Like,
oh yeah.
When so she'll freak out if another dog is on TV or if like a horse or like anything that looks remotely like another like animal. She'll just freak out and bark at the screen.
No,
but then I noticed the other day, like there was like a commercial with like a black family on the screen, and she freaked out. And she does it now, like anytime. Like I played a video, what's it called, like Morris Day and the Time or something like that. Yeah. I played that video, and she fucking hates that shit.
Oh, well, have you socialized her properly when she was a puppy? That's important.
Reasonably.
It is important. It is important.
Did I just tell you I'm adopting a puppy next week?
That's great. That's awesome.
It's a Catahoula.
Catahoula?
Yeah.
I've heard of that before.
Catahoulas are the Louisiana dog.
I know what you're talking about.
They're like a cattle dog. You want to see a picture?
Sure.
It's not fucking cute. His name right now is Clement, so I got to change that, of course.
You're not supposed to change their names.
They don't know the difference.
All my pets' names.
That's an old like superstition. If you change the pet's name, you'll die. Okay, what if you get a pet and you don't know its name?
I changed all my pets' names and they're fine.
Yeah. I started when I got my pet Diesel. I actually started to change his name.
You see,
but
see how fucking adorable he is.
That's great.
There's Ben's racist dog.
Yeah, right here.
She looks like a racist, man.
She has the Chihuahua shivers right now.
Oh yeah. See, that's why I don't want to get a Chihuahua, because they're so quivery the whole time and so tiny.
And they're usually they got attitudes, man. Chihuahuas got attitudes.
She does.
Yeah, they're like vicious little fuckers, man. My uncle had a miniature Chihuahua, like somebody was like this big.
A miniature Chihuahua.
Yeah. I guess that's what it was. It looked like a Chihuahua, and it was this big, full grown. But then
it was a rat.
Yeah, I'd walk in the house, that little fucker would bite my ankles every time. And I'd kick it. No, I wouldn't do that.
That might be part of the reason why it did it.
What's his name? G-Time Johnny. He kicked his dog on video, man.
He's weird.
They
put that in the DPRPG too. That went down in history.
In the DPRPG, he kills the dog. He like stomps it to death.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. That's crazy. But yeah, he actually did kick his dog. I mean, he did it so nonchalantly, dude. Just you heard the dog go, like, what the fuck, Johnny?
That's fucking crazy.
He was the last person I'd expect to do that. Like, because he always would post on Facebook, like, with his animals and shit, and be like, you know, like these great, like, cute little photos of him hanging out with his horse or his dog. And I'd be like, oh, that's cute.
He's like this really like weird dude. If you don't know who he's, G-Time Johnny, he's like a kind of hippie-ish, but it's his own thing.
He's Happy Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys should play a video on the altered perspective tonight of that. That'd be interesting to revisit G-Time Johnny.
Of him kicking the dog? No, I don't
know. No, not that video. Jeez. No, another one. Jesus Christ.
He got excited about that one. No!
Yeah, I'm like, wow. It's too early for that kind of reaction.
Don't do it!
It's not that early for me. It's past noon.
Past noon? Yeah. Come on. It's getting there, man. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and go into the Q&A. We may end a few minutes early today, maybe 10 minutes early. So if you got questions for anybody on the panel and they're not completely fucking retarded, we'll answer the question.
I'll even answer the retarded ones.
She'll answer the retarded ones. But you can ask, anybody on the panel or me or anybody a question. Also, if you'd like to tip, please do so. Pimp needs a little money. I need a little money. I gotta have hookers and drugs.
Yeah, give Pimp that money. And if you can't donate to Pimp, then like and share the stream. Every bit helps. Every bit that you can do.
And I don't care if you don't have money. Go kill an old person.
Yeah, take their money and then give it to Pimpmunk.
Yes,
come on.
That's what you do.
It'll be fun.
Just don't kill them. Just steal their credit cards and shit.
Why? Yeah. Steal their personal checks.
Yeah.
But it's easier when they're dead.
It is easier when they're dead. That's true.
I'm not making myself look too good on the stream today.
No, you don't like black folks or what?
Nazi apparently. Damn, Jesus.
It's crazy. We got a crazy German Nazi over here, man. But if you do have questions, please ask. Sir Shega. Makes me sad when idiots let bigger breeds mate with their little dogs. Yeah.
Especially when the female is the tiny dog and it has to have the biggest puppies.
Angela DeRiso says, does anyone have any reptile pets? I don't.
I used to have
I do. Sorry, I have a turtle. Sorry. I've had it for like 7 years. Little bitty turtle. Little bitty fucker. His name's Fred. Little bitty fucker.
I used to have a gecko a few years ago, but unfortunately he passed away. He was a cool little guy though.
That's what happens when you try to fuck it.
No, I knew you were gonna go there.
Did you try to fuck that? Yeah. Did you try to fuck that?
My kid
I didn't try to fuck
lizard
that
today.
gecko.
Does that count?
Too small to fuck. Jesus Christ.
Got a $5 tip from the Geek Room. Says tip the pimp. Everyone is on the clock. LOL. He said. So there you go. Everyone's on the clock.
Everyone's on the clock.
Don't be rude, Frank. Somebody said Frank's the one that tips, so you don't be rude to Frank. Goddammit.
Frank's a good boy.
Frank's a good little bearded bitch.
So are you gonna, Pimpmunk? Are you gonna start using like Streamlabs OBS or something like that?
Yes. Pretty soon. Yeah.
How many monitors do you have?
Right, just one right now. But I'm getting a new computer.
You're gonna need
at least 2.
Yeah, you need at least 2 monitors. I would say maybe even 3. And
you use 4, right?
I use 4 in front of me, and then there's 1, 2, 3. So there's a total of 7 monitors in here in this room that are working, and I have 4 in front of me right now.
Okay.
What do you use 4 monitors for?
Oh, because I don't use Google Hangouts. So
He does.
I have. I mean, I don't need all of them, but it makes everything a lot easier and more convenient.
Are they like really tiny?
The 4 in front of me are tiny, yeah, and they're on they're on like a stand, so they're in like.
Oh, I see.
They make a big rectangle in front of me, basically.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 monitors and I have like 9 windows open on them. Yeah, so it's like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Go ahead.
I have one window that's just all my control stuff. So it has everything I use to run the stream. And then I have another monitor that is just for video play through because I play a lot of videos on my streams. And then I have another monitor that I normally put the outgoing video on. So like whatever the people that watch the stream, that's what they see. And if I bring people in through Skype, I share that screen with them so they can see everything. And then I have the monitor that I put the people from Skype or Discord or whatever on, so I can see them and share their video.
Okay.
So,
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the OBS thing when I get the new computer. Then I'm also gonna be moving the show over to Twitch.
Yeah, and that's basically your only choice to, like, if you want to use Twitch, you have to use something like OBS or XSplit.
Yeah, exactly.
The good thing about Streamlabs OBS is that, you know, you go in and you set up what Streamlabs does for you already, and then it just automatically is already set up, and you don't have to do much else except for add it to your screen.
Yeah, you don't have to do you don't have to download any extra audio stuff or anything like that. They got that all set up, right?
Yeah, you can set up multiple audio devices so that they all have their own channel, and you can slide it. You know, they all have their own channel, so you can adjust that volume, and you know, it's pretty cool. I use XSplit still, but I've been looking at Streamlabs OBS. It's pretty good. Yeah,
I was looking at it the other day. I have a Mac right now. It's not Mac available.
Oh yeah.
So my new computer, when I get it, or I guess we're gonna have one built.
Good thinking there.
Yeah, but we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna set it up. And I am moving the show to Twitch because I'm just sick of YouTube shit.
Twitch has been good to me.
I'm still gonna do YouTube stuff. Don't get me wrong, but the show's gonna be on Twitch.
I do all of my streaming through Twitch. So.
You can ask Ben. Like, I pester him about Twitch like nonstop. Like, I've been saying for months now that Twitch is like the new platform to go to, and everyone needs to at least establish a presence there, because YouTube's fucking us. You know, you got to have your finger in both pies, because either platform, in all reality, has its problems.
Why is it when he says that it sounds creepy? Finger in both pies.
Because he's just creepy.
He's like hiding his face.
He's just creepy in general.
He's a creepy little fucker.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm just sick of the fucking. I hope Twitch's flagging system is better.
I mean, you should kind of figure out what people normally get banned from Twitch for, because there are some things you wouldn't expect that even YouTube is okay with, and Twitch does not give you a warning. Like, they'll just destroy your channel without any warning if you violate a rule that they think is a really bad one.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn the rules. What I was talking about, I was like, I wonder if they like monitor when people flag you better than YouTube does, because YouTube is fucked when it comes.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I've never been flagged by anyone on Twitch, but
same here.
But I'm gonna start doing that. I'm like I said, it's really out of frustration with YouTube. That's the reason I'm moving the show over there.
I understand.
You know.
Smart move.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still do stuff here on YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna still do videos and live stream on the random channel here. But yeah, that's just that. And I am gonna be doing the OBS and all that stuff. So I gotta learn it better. I know a little bit about it. I just can't get it to work on this fucking computer. My computer's on its last legs anyway. So
Macs have problems in general. So it's good that you're getting a PC instead.
Well, Max been good to me. I've enjoyed it.
I have so many limitations though, and most people are using PCs, so it's harder to get.
Limitations? How? What do you mean with limitations?
I know that there's tons of programs that work on Windows. I mean, or on PCs that don't work on Macs.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing. That's basically the main thing. So Macs have their own like proprietary software.
Yeah.
Ben, you got a comment in the chat room of the goth nerd. That goth nerd, who's a very sweet person, says, "Hi Ben, love what you've done to the show. Wish you well, man."
Thank you.
Yeah, he said he actually just typed "fuck that person."
Wow.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Ben's a behind the scenes asshole. He's nice to people, but he's behind the scenes asshole. But no, he would never say that. He's like me. He'll just call you an asshole. Just woke up, so I'll have to catch most of it later. Well, you're a fucking idiot. Meet that bozo. You're supposed to be awake when my show's on. You fucking moron.
Come on.
The fuck is wrong with you? Hope you catch herpes.
There'll be the audio version up in a few hours too.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. There is audio versions of the show now. If you like, or work and can't watch the video or whatever, and you just want to listen to something, there's audio versions. There's a link in the description below. Check that out. Yeah.
Soon it'll be on Spotify too and everything through Anchor. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Spotify.
Yeah, so get your daily dose of Pimpmunk.
Yeah, get your dose of daily Pimpmunk. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me. It was a great show today. Great panel.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Two times in a week.
Yeah, Anna too. Let me see. I got a tip from Sinrise. Says y'all's is crazy. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. We are crazy, especially the German chick. She's fucking insane, dude. She hates blacks. But anyways, we're going to end it a little early today.
I would just like to say again that none of that is true, and it was all a joke.
No, she doesn't hate black people.
Just in case.
Just Dominicans.
That's crazy.
But make sure you check out the Alter Perspective tonight.
Yeah.
Also, Anna, you got anything to plug real quick?
Yeah, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to me on Twitch, or follow me on Twitch, whatever. It's all at Anahatahearts, and catch YouTube Saints tomorrow night.
Yeah. Mr. Jeff Doc's Holiday. Kyrsh, you got anything to plug besides me? Yes,
now he's shy.
Yeah, do you have anything to plug, Kyrsh?
Follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, sub to me on YouTube. Follow my Snapchat. Actually, follow my Snapchat. You know what? My Snapchat is the most fun. Let me put that in the.
There you go. Animancer, anything to plug?
Oh yeah, just twitch.tv/theunderhaven on Saturdays. Sometimes we do Tuesday shows too. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fun time this week.
There you go. Well, thank y'all for joining me. Thanks everybody in the chat room for sharing, liking, and just being here. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Fan Friday, and we'll just fuck off and have a little fun. Thanks, guys. See you later.